Deep in the heart of Missouri, nestled along the banks of the Mississippi River, lies the quiet town of Louisiana, a place where history and mystery collide. In the summer of 1972, this small, unassuming community became the epicenter of one of America's most intriguing cryptid legends, the Missouri Monster, or Momo as it came to be known. Unlike other cryptid hotspots, such as West Virginia's Mothman or Arkansas's Folklore Monster, the Momo sightings brought a new sense of wonder and fear to the Midwest. Described as a towering ape-like creature with a pumpkin-shaped head and glowing orange eyes, Momo terrified locals and sparked a media frenzy that quickly spread beyond the town's borders. Though the sightings faded as quickly as they came, the legend of Momo endured. Was it a misidentification, a hoax, or something else entirely? In this story, we'll delve into the strange events of that summer, explore the eyewitness accounts, and try to unravel the mystery behind one of America's most enigmatic cryptids. Momo the Monster, also known as the Missouri Monster, is described by eyewitnesses as a towering, bipedal humanoid standing around 7 feet tall. Its most distinctive feature is its disproportionately large, pumpkin-sized head, covered in thick, dark hair that obscures most of its facial features. With glowing orange eyes peeking out from its dense fur, witnesses often mention the creature's powerful, muscular build, with long, sinewy arms that hang down near its knees. The hair covering Momo's body is said to be shaggy, matted, and unkempt, similar to the texture of a bear's fur. Adding to its eerie presence is the creature's foul stench, a putrid odor that lingers in the air during sightings, leaving witnesses repulsed and unsettled. Another distinguishing facial feature is its glowing orange eyes, which many witnesses describe as being menacing and otherworldly. The creature's mysterious appearance and horrid stench has cemented Momo's place as a fearsome and enigmatic figure in cryptid lore. Though most sightings have occurred in and around the town of Louisiana, Missouri, there have been reports of the creature in other parts of the state and even neighboring regions. Some researchers suggest that Momo may be related to other regional cryptids, such as Florida's skunk ape, adding to the theory that these creatures might share a common origin or belong to a similar family of unknown beings. On a hot summer afternoon in 1972, the small town of Louisiana, Missouri, was forever changed by an encounter that would fuel local legends for decades to come. It was July 11th, a day that started like any other for the Harrison family. Terry, age 8, and his younger brother Wally, 5, were playing in their backyard at the foot of Marzolf Hill, their laughter echoing through the quiet neighborhood. But the peaceful afternoon soon took a turn. Inside the house, their older sister Doris, 15, rushed to the window to see what was happening. As she peered outside, she was met with a sight that would haunt her forever. The figure was enormous, standing around 7 feet tall, covered in thick, matted fur that clung to its hulking frame. Its head was large and round, resembling a pumpkin in shape, but it was the eyes that sent chills down her spine, glowing, bright orange orbs that seemed to burn right through her. The creature wasn't just standing there, though. In its long, powerful arms, it clutched what appeared to be a lifeless dog, its fur stained with blood. The stench in the air was overwhelming, a revolting odor that Doris would never forget. Overcome with fear and disbelief, Doris burst into tears and ran to find her mother. This one chilling moment would set off a chain reaction that transformed the quiet town of Louisiana into the center of a cryptozoological phenomenon. News of the sighting quickly spread, and soon, Momo the Monster became a legend, one that would forever be tied to the Harrison family's harrowing experience. News of the Harrison children's terrifying encounter spread through Louisiana with the speed of a wildfire. Within days, the story of the creature standing near Marzolf Hill was picked up by local media, who coined the name Momo, short for Missouri Monster. The name stuck, and soon Momo was making headlines across the state, stirring up fear, curiosity, and a flurry of attention that reached far beyond Missouri. As July pressed on, Momo sightings only increased. One of the most notable encounters came from Ellis Minor, a local resident living along the Great River Road. Late one evening, while sitting on his porch, Minor's bird dog began to growl at something lurking in the dark. Grabbing a flashlight, he shone the beam toward the road, and there it was, Momo. Its coal-black fur was unmistakable in the light. Before Minor could react, the creature whirled around and bolted into the night. As soon as I threw the light on it, Minor later recalled, it took off that away. The growing number of sightings, often from respected and well-known community members, brought a new level of urgency. Police Chief Shelby Ward organized a posse of 20 men, each armed with rifles, to search the woods around Marzolf Hill. They were determined to find some trace of the creature that had sent their town into chaos. The men scoured the area, combing through the dense trees and underbrush, hoping for a glimpse of Momo or any physical evidence of its presence. But despite their efforts, nothing was found. No footprints, no tufts of fur, no physical signs of Momo's existence. The lack of evidence, however, did nothing to quell the growing hysteria. Instead, it seemed to fuel the mystery even further, deepening the town's collective obsession with the cryptid. The idea that something could leave no trace behind made Momo all the more terrifying, and all the more real in the minds of the public. By this time, the media frenzy had reached a fever pitch. Reporters from national news outlets descended upon Louisiana, eager to cover the strange tale. Local newspapers ran daily updates on sightings, theories, and interviews with witnesses. Television crews set up shop, hoping to capture footage of the elusive beast that now seemed to haunt every shadowy corner of the town. For the residents of Louisiana, life had become surreal. Children were no longer allowed to play outside after dark. Adults traveled in groups, nervously watching the woods for any sign of movement. The once peaceful town had become the backdrop of its own real-life monster movie, with Momo as the central figure in a story that no one could seem to escape. As the summer of 1972 wore on, a clearer picture of Momo began to take shape. The growing number of eyewitness accounts painted a detailed, if chilling, portrait of the mysterious creature that had Louisiana, Missouri in its grip. One of the most compelling testimonies came from Richard Allen Murray, a well-respected local figure who had served as the town's fire chief and was a sitting member of the city council. Murray was driving near Town Branch, a small creek running through Louisiana, when he noticed something unusual moving in the woods. He quickly turned his headlights toward the hill, and what he saw defied explanation. "I was amazed to see something," Murray later recounted. "I thought it was a bunch of nonsense, but then I saw something." In the glare of his headlights, he described a large, upright creature covered in brown hair. As soon as the beast realized it had been spotted, it quickly disappeared over the hill, vanishing into the night. Other witnesses echoed similar descriptions: a massive, bipedal creature covered in dark, matted fur with an unsettling speed that belied its size. The creature was also repeatedly associated with a terrible stench, a nauseating odor that lingered in the air after its appearances. Some even claimed to hear strange guttural vocalizations, low growls that sounded nothing like the familiar wildlife in the area. These weren't just random encounters from excitable or easily frightened individuals. They were detailed accounts from respected, level-headed members of the community, many of whom had initially been skeptical of the Momo tales themselves. Yet after experiencing the creature firsthand, their disbelief turned into reluctant belief. It's important to note that the psychological impact of such encounters cannot be underestimated. The sincerity of the witnesses and the physical symptoms many experienced, pounding hearts, cold sweats, and the overwhelming urge to flee, suggested that something truly unusual was happening in Louisiana that summer. As the sightings continued, certain patterns began to emerge. Momo seemed to favor dense, wooded areas, particularly around Marzolf Hill and the banks of the Mississippi River. It was most often seen in the evening or early nighttime hours, and although it displayed aggression towards animals, such as the infamous case involving a dead dog, it appeared to avoid direct confrontations with humans. Witnesses frequently reported that Momo would flee as soon as it realized it had been spotted. These recurring details painted a picture of a creature that, while terrifying, was not overtly hostile to humans. For the residents of Louisiana, the creature was not just a cryptid to be feared, it had become a riddle to be solved. As the summer of 1972 gave way to autumn, the flurry of Momo sightings gradually began to dwindle. However, the Missouri monster's impact on the cultural landscape of Louisiana, and the country as a whole, was only beginning. What had started as a local cryptid mystery quickly evolved into a phenomenon that would leave an indelible mark on the town and its identity. The sudden fame surrounding Momo led to a boost in tourism for the sleepy river town. Curious visitors from across Missouri and beyond flocked to Louisiana, hoping for a chance to spot the elusive creature themselves. Local businesses wasted no time capitalizing on the Momo craze. shops began selling Momo-themed souvenirs, ranging from t-shirts to plush toys. While enterprising locals offered tours of the creature's supposed haunts, turning Marzolf Hill and other key areas into mini tourist attractions. Even major entertainment venues took notice. Six Flags St. Louis, located about 80 miles south of Louisiana, introduced a ride in 1973 called Momo the Monster. The attraction featured a giant creature that only loosely resembled the descriptions of Momo, but still managed to capture the imaginations of parkgoers. The ride operated until 1994, keeping the legend alive for a new generation of thrill seekers, long after the initial sightings had faded from the headlines. But Momo's influence wasn't confined to mere entertainment. In many ways, the creature became a symbol of Louisiana's identity. The shared experience of Momo sightings brought the community closer, uniting them around a bizarre chapter in their town's history. Momo's legend also inspired serious academic interest. Cryptozoologists, researchers dedicated to studying creatures whose existence is unproven, began descending upon Louisiana to investigate. They conducted interviews with eyewitnesses, analyzed the scant physical evidence, and developed theories about the creature's origins and nature. Among them was Loren Coleman, a renowned cryptozoologist who would go on to write extensively about Momo and other cryptids. Coleman's work placed Momo within the broader framework of cryptid sightings across North America, drawing parallels to other legendary creatures like Bigfoot and the Folklore monster of Arkansas. His research contributed to a growing body of literature surrounding these elusive beings, suggesting that Momo might be part of a larger phenomenon, a mysterious presence lurking in the wilds of America, just beyond the reach of science and logic. Though Momo sightings became rarer over time, the legend itself continued to grow, transforming from a fleeting series of encounters into a lasting cultural icon for Louisiana, Missouri. Momo may have been a creature of mystery, but it had undeniably woven itself into the fabric of the town's history, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of Momo lives on, captivating the imaginations of cryptid enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Some dismiss the creature as a case of misidentification, perhaps a known animal mistaken for something more extraordinary. Others believe that Momo could be an undiscovered species lurking in the shadows of Missouri's forests. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: Momo the Monster has become an enduring part of Missouri's rich folklore. For over 5 decades, the mysterious creature has fascinated people not just in Louisiana, Missouri, but across the world. Its story has woven itself into the fabric of American cryptid lore, standing alongside legends like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Whether or not Momo truly exists may never be known. But the creature's impact on popular culture is undeniable, and its legend continues to draw curious minds to the quiet town where it all began. So if you ever find yourself in Louisiana, Missouri, keep an eye on the tree line. Who knows? You might just catch a glimpse of this elusive monster once again.
Thanks for watching the Cryptid Files, where mysteries come alive and legends are explored. Check out some of our other videos and venture into the heart of the unknown as we unravel the enigma of Bigfoot and other elusive creatures that have captivated the world's imagination. From ancient myths to modern-day encounters, our channel is your gateway to the uncharted territories of cryptozoology. Join our community of explorers, believers, and skeptics alike. Subscribe now and become part of the journey. The Cryptid Files, where every mystery has a story and every story takes us deeper into the wild. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and let the adventure begin.